if me, as a CEO, I'm telling you, hey, I'm not giving you anything more. I'm not going to give you more accessories. I'm not going to give you better quality plastic. I'm not going to give you shit, and you're going to give me more money. That's the essential. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Magnum West here, and I'm just going to be completely honest. This is going to be a more of a rant style video. But I do highly encourage all of you guys to stay and watch this, as I think I'm gonna bring up a lot of good points. And I wouldn't call it a call to action. I would say it's more like we need to start doing better as a community. Just because I think these companies are getting out of hand. And starting off here, just showing off this Black Hole Toys Majin Vegeta, because I think it's something everybody needs to know about. I know Model Hobby Store has it over here. You can create an account. They're like an AliExpress based company, but they're probably the most reliable and trustworthy. I've ordered from them before, and everything has gone like perfect. I think I got the if I'm not mistaken, I think I got the second Thompson Art Toys trunks, the BoJack one, from these guys, and everything was perfect. I have no association with them. I just like their brand, and yeah, so they have this guy up. But let's get to the topic of the video. One of the things that I think inspired me the most to make this video was just the gall and the fucking cojones on this motherfucker. So, if you guys aren't aware, this isn't a video game channel, obviously, but I just wanted to bring this up because I think it pertains a lot to the current climate of pretty much everything. And that definitely includes action figures. So, if you guys can read, and not trying to insult your intelligence or anything, just if you guys can see here, this is a response to. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but there's a move to get video games that are coming out like past this point pretty much, due to Nintendo increasing their prices to $80 to $90. Now pretty much every company wants to do that, mainly AAA titles. But as you can see, that this is kind of what the tweet is about. And user, I forgot, I don't remember his name or anything, but he said something along the lines of, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. You guys can go ahead and read that. And basically, he said, you better not fucking make this game $80 because you're gonna piss off a lot of people. To which the CEO for Gearbox, Randy Pitchford, said, A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. And then he goes on to give us probably a bullshit ass story about when he was younger, because most times these CEOs are so detached from reality because they grew up pretty much having everything handed to them. So that's why they make some of these moves. But I don't know. Could be real. Could be fake. I don't know. I'm voting that it's probably bullshit, just to excuse him being out of touch with society. But what I want you to focus on, and you as the viewer and as a consumer, as a fan of all of these products, this video will focus on action figures, but just in general, this is the dangerous thing about basically being a free PR warrior, which, if you don't know what that is, I'll go over it in a second here, and also not being a critical thinker when it comes to making purchases from anything, right? So, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. So, basically, if you're like me or, whatever, the way I understand it is basically shut the fuck up and color. That's a saying we use a lot in the Marine Corps when following orders. That's a fucking term that I believe really resonates a lot with this sentence right here. Basically, he's saying, I don't care if the game costs too much or not, figure it the fuck out. Basically, that's what he's saying. So now that we kind of have the floor of what this video is going to be based on, I'm going to give you some examples, okay? And jumping right over here, and I'm not trying to defame any of these guys or these companies or whatever. I really don't care. At the end of the day, this is just to spread awareness and to bring up some facts that I think people may not know, and also implore you to be a better consumer. That's one of the main points of this video. So as you can see here, Hasbro, I'm sure this is old news. This is probably like what at May 9th. It's now May 27th, so 2 weeks old, not that old. But so they did go ahead, and I believe, I don't know if this is the official statement from Hasbro, but I know they did do like some kind of like tweet or press conference or something like that where they talked about how they were going to increase the prices, and these are what the prices are jumping to. So as you can see here, a base Marvel Legends is going to cost $30. Let's say you purchase from Target or Walmart, you're looking at about 10%. So what is that? Like $3, $3 give or take is extra. So you're looking at $33, guys. $33 for a base Marvel Legends. This isn't even their maximum series. This isn't their, collector's edition or whatever the fuck they do now. I honestly stopped collecting Marvel Legends like 2 3 months ago, so I don't know if they've come out with more stuff or not. But so far, this is pretty, if you ask me. No, basically the same price as the SH Figuarts, right? Which we'll get to them here in a second. But for now, you're looking at pretty much $2 less than the SH Figuarts, which in my opinion, an SH Figuarts, regardless if it's 1.0 all the way up to 3.0, it clears pretty much any Marvel Legends out there in terms of articulation and quality. That's just kind of to give you guys some context as far as the price increases. And nowhere on here have I seen, hey, we're looking to increase the quality of our product and give you more accessories, so we're increasing our price to $30. There's no that's not being said, guys. You're not getting any more. And this is kind of, I want to remind you again from the our brother over here, Randy Pitchford. This is the kind of stuff that really is going to define the future of this hobby. Is what do people do with this information? If me, as a CEO, I'm telling you, hey, I'm not giving you anything more. I'm not going to give you more accessories. I'm not going to give you better quality plastic. I'm not going to give you shit, and you're going to give me more money. That's essentially what this is. And there's no in between. I'm sure I'm gonna get comments in the on the video saying, "Oh, but this is different. Maybe this, blah blah blah." Listen, none of the internal changes or policies or avenues of production or whatever should affect the consumer. That's how a business works, right? If me as a businessman, think about it. If Target came to you at your fucking doorstep and was like, "Hey, we're planning on building a building here, but you know what? In materials alone, it's gonna be like 500K. Um, to get the licenses to do all construction, that's gonna be like 150." And they just came with you with their business proposal of what they were, stocking our store is gonna take like $1 million per quarter to stock our store. That's a really small number. It's probably not that, but just for the sake of argument, if they came up to you at your doorstep and asked you that, what would you do? Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, guys, I'm back. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if fucking Randy Pitchford got me. He was like hit up his homies and they fucking DDoS my shit or what. But I was able to fix it. But as I was saying, basically I was going on a bit of a tangent. But basically, I've said it many times in the past, and I'll say it again. Consumers should not be responsible for paying what the producer is basically doing, right? And what I mean by that specifically is if a producer's cost of production, I'm gonna close this shit out. It's tweaking out. If a producer's cost of production goes up, that shouldn't always translate to their product increasing if there's no extra value going into the product. And we're jumping here straight into it. I closed the browser and it popped into here what I wanted to talk about next. And it's true. It's not. It wasn't baloney. It wasn't Hasbro pulling our leg, joking around. They were being serious. As you can see, these are prices on Amazon and Amazon does retail. They do MSRP. They pretty much are a big enough company to be able to buy in bulk that they don't need to upcharge on their products. So we're looking at it here. They are $32. That's pretty much with taxes included. It's probably like another dollar. So it ends up being around $33 to $35 for a Hasbro Marvel Legends, which is insane. As you can see, I actually think they come with less because the build a figure waves, like how much are those going to be? That they come with a whole additional part for the figure. As you can see, thankfully it has it pretty much played out. You're getting the same amount of accessories with pretty much everything. You're getting a couple hands, maybe an extra head, like a random ass accessory. You're getting these shitty webs that I don't think anybody uses on any of these figures, and they probably don't even come with all the hands you'd want. But also, it's the same plastic. If anything, most of these figures, like I was looking at some posts, and they don't even have the most up to date articulation. Like they're pinless, yeah, cool, that's cool, but the articulation isn't there. You're not getting the best articulation in Marvel Legends class. You're not getting any more accessories. You're not getting any more bang for your buck. The prices are just going up, and that kind of leads me on, and from here I'm pretty much just gonna talk about a few examples that I wanted to talk about. I don't know what the hell's going on with this, but let's see if we can get it to load. Okay, I was able to pull up the image, but here's Majin Vegeta, and as you can see, this is an amazing looking figure on its own. I already talked about it at the start of the video, but I just wanted to show that I think of all the instances that I'm gonna bring this up, I think this is the most heinous. You're looking at a brand new 3.0. You're not getting one, but you're getting two versions. This is the clean version. He's coming in the lighter blue and the dark blue, and same thing with the battle damage. But you're getting essentially four options for a figure, right? And this guy, $42. I've looked up the shipping to California in the U.S. It's $8. So you're looking at $50 for, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, 6 and 7. Well, we'll say 6 sets of hands, a stand, a blast effect, five extra faces, or 6 faces total, one like regular head sculpt, and then one blowing in the wind head sculpt. So you look, this is $50, guys. Meanwhile, they just showed off their brand new collab with Dragon Ball Legends, which I don't know how that works. They're both Bandai products and Toei Animation, so I don't understand how that works. How are they doing a collab with their own property? Um, but I'm sure someone's gonna come up here and be like, "Oh, well, this is an original figure and it's a collab, so it probably costs more to produce." I don't give a shit. This is a $90 figure? Are you fucking insane? They've already done this once with Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima. At least that's a really small figure. It's Daima Goku. It's popular. Whatever. I think that price is ridiculous, but I'll fully admit I pre-ordered that and I stick by that. I know it's wrong, but I wanted it. This, on the other hand, what are you getting? What more bang for your buck are you getting than that 3.0 Majin Vegeta from Black Hole Toys? Like I just don't get it. I don't see it. I guarantee you that if Bandai did that, or Tamashi, my bad, did that, that Majin Vegeta would probably be a premium Bandai exclusive and probably be the same fucking price as this guy. That's what I'm saying is, when people, I get it, right? We all get excited. I'm sure there's a lot of fans, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone, or I am trying to discourage people, but I'm not trying to shame you or anything. But I'm just saying, just think about it. I get it. This is a character that probably a lot of people like. I know Dragon Ball Legends has a huge fandom behind it, but at what cost? At what cost? This could have easily been a $60-$70 figure, because it's probably worth double the price of the original, right? of the original releases, like the regular releases, my bad, which are like the 2.0s and then the brand new 3.0s that are being, I guess, are probably the replacement for the 2.0s. I get it. $70 would have been fine, but 90 shipping from and no free shipping or nothing. Raw shipping from Premium Bandai is like $10 plus taxes. You're probably looking at $108 out the door. And this is this shallow guy or shallot, however you want to produce it. This giblet guy is more. So you're looking at about $128 for this other guy. What the fuck's going on? I don't know. My freaking my Chrome's acting up. I think it's because I disabled JavaScript. Let's see. Nah, I don't know what's going on. But oh, there you go. Okay, so there he is. Let's look at Giblet here, Gible, however you want to say it. But $127. That's the take home price. So that's what I'm gonna use. And then again, they're doing their fucking scummy ass shit where they're doing DLC on both. Like, okay, if both of them would have came with cloth goods, if both of them would have come with two head sculpts, both SS Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, and base, like okay, $90 for both each. That I would have took that, but $110, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. And honestly, I don't even know if these are gonna do too well because I don't know too many Dragon Ball Legends fans. I don't know the number of Dragon Ball Legends fans that also collect action figures. You know, most people I know are people like my uncle that they play it on their phone, you know, while they're having some rest time or chilling. They don't collect action figures though, so I really don't know who this is marketed to. I don't know, but I think this is ridiculous. And again, these are ways that the company tests the waters on if they're gonna be able to serve you shit and you're just gonna eat it. That's what it is. That's the cut and dry. That's the cold water. And you know what? I'm sure a lot of people are gonna disagree with me and think I'm being harsh, but that's the reality. And final example I want to go in. I already made a whole fucking video on this guy, so I'm not gonna bother. I've seen the reviews. I'm not impressed at all. I think this figure is abysmal, and I think it's a waste of money. And nobody's gonna be able to change my mind. I think all of these figures are like just straight A bullshit, man. So let's go ahead and refresh these so we can get all the pictures. This Hulk was advertised as being brand new, never before seen, maximum. You know that's why it's fucking worth three times the price of what Marvel Legends used to be worth. Let me correct myself because this guy again with shipping and taxes included, you're looking at about $76 to $80 depending on where you live, right? That's what the take home price is for this guy. So that's what we're gonna go with. This guy is half the size of this Venom. I mean, I think this Venom is pretty overpriced on its own, but it's like a fucking 13-inch figure. Like, whatever. I think that's pretty fair. $60 for a 13-inch figure that's highly articulated and is pretty good quality, I would say it's pretty worth it in my opinion. On the other hand, this guy is pretty much half reuse. I think the only thing new is the chest and the heads, and came with a bunch of accessories that nobody asked for. Again, I don't know what the volume is of people that bought this figure, but I'm gonna end off the video here and just say, please, please know that the only way that these companies learn is by speaking with your wallet. And what do I mean by that is being intelligent. I'm not saying let's boycott Hasbro or whatever. If you feel that way, that's your prerogative. I don't. I just want better quality, better bang for your buck. If you're gonna increase the price, okay, justify that increase. If you're gonna jump from 25 from like in the past 4 years, they've jumped from $20 to $30 in a 4 year span. If you break that down, that's $2.50 every single year that they've gone up. For what? These, if anything, these come with less than they used to. So, I'll put it this way: that just remember that it's in your hands. Honestly, like I can't really stress that enough, and I'm not being exaggerated. I'm not trying to be dramatic. Like, being completely honest, that you as a consumer and as a fan of these products, it is completely the ball is in your court for how these relationships with these producers and these companies go. Because if you give them your money, regardless of whether you're just testing it or whatever, if you don't believe in the product, don't do it. If you do, by all means. That I'm not here to split the community or anything, but I'm here to spit facts and tell you the truth, and that's what it is. Is if you don't agree with these, if you don't like these price hikes, you don't like the diminishing in quality, if you don't like any of that, then you need to speak with your wallet and not give in to these products. I know FOMO is like one of the biggest reasons why these fucking companies keep getting by, but I promise you, it is all in your hands. If you want a product enough, it'll be available because you want it to be available, not the vice versa. So let me know what you guys think. As I said, I'm sure I'm gonna piss some people off, and some people are gonna, not like this style video. But I really, really wanted to speak on this because it's a hobby I'm very passionate about, and I genuinely care. And I don't I don't want to end up paying $50 for a regular Marvel Legends because God knows what that's gonna do to the import quality. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. I ask you to just please be intelligent. If you're gonna make a comment, I ask you to watch the whole video first and let me know what you think after that, or make an informed, comment. Don't just go hating. And I'd love to have a conversation with all you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good day. Peace.